As a business owner, you know that success is all about who you know, but it can be tough to find the right people to help you grow, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why we've created the ultimate solution, our NoLimits community level membership program. We know that building a strong business network is key to your success, and that's why we've created a place where you can connect with like-minded business owners from just about anywhere. And if that wasn't enough, our expert written articles, ebooks and business templates will give you the tools you need to succeed, whether you're just starting out or looking to take your business to the next level. So what are you waiting for? Join our community level membership portal today and start building the connections and skills you need to succeed. Completely free, forever, and the benefits are endless. So join now, connect, collaborate and grow with No Limits.
How exciting is that? Oh my gosh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm really happy to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are launching our NoLimits Community. Wow, what a day today. I want to thank you all for being here, and I want to introduce you to the mind behind all of this idea. He had the vision to bring us all together and build a platform for business owners. This is a place where you can literally connect, collaborate, and grow with no limits. So here with us, let's welcome Simon Elson.
No need for a round of applause. Thank you very much, and great to have you all on the webinar this morning. I know it's Monday. As I put in the post in the No Limits community chat this morning, Monday is my favorite day of the week. My favorite day of the week because it's the first day that I get to help business owners build the business and the life of their dreams. So that's really sounds a little OTT, but that's my why. That's why I do what I do. I mentioned in a separate post that I was back reading Simon Sinek's book, Find Your Why. If you haven't read it, you should. Taken me many years, you know, I'm not 25 anymore, it's taken me many years to get to the point where I know why I do what I do. And I do that for the benefit of others. And that's how this community really came about. ActionCOACH is a very large global organization, as many of you know. And we spend our lives talking to people who can afford high-level one-to-one coaching programs. Yes, there are programs below that, but the purpose of this community was to give everybody, no matter who they are, no matter how small their company, one-man band or otherwise, can get access to materials that will help them to build their knowledge and to grow their business. Fortunately, 10 other action coaches liked the idea, and we all got together to form the community that you are hopefully a part of already. And if you're not a part of already and you've joined the webinar, then you're missing out. So quickly log on to nolimits.actioncoach.co.uk and have a look and see what it's all about. I'd like to take 1 minute to pop the cork on a bottle of champagne because this has been months in the making. We started this in January.
Hey.
We started this in January, and finally, with the help of lots of people, we've got this together. And I'm really, really pleased to have everybody on the call this morning. I'm going to drink a quick glass of champagne, which will make the rest of the hour go really fast. So cheers to everybody. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you for participating. If you're a panelist or you're a host, you're really, 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 really welcome. Cheers.
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 Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Sam.
Oh, I should have waited for the countdown before I popped the cork, shouldn't I? Salma, I didn't realise you had a countdown as well.
Yeah! Oh my God.
Fantastic.
Yeah, well, now that the doors are open and the community is already open for everyone, let's have a look what is inside for everyone who decides to join in. So let's start by a video from one of our members. She has been with us since the very beginning, and let's listen to what she has to say.
Hello, I'm here to give you a review of the NoLimits community. So I've been on the community for a few months. My name is Candice. I am founder to a company called Mother Cuppa and director to Mason's Coaches. So I have two businesses. So the community for me is a really great platform to be able to kind of go on there and say, does anybody know anyone who can help me with this aspect of my business, or has anybody come up with this particular problem? And I found that there's other people within the community that have those skill sets who have been able to offer advice. I've met with a couple of those people and managed to gain some really good support for my business and connected with some other businesses. The other thing that I really like about the platform is, and I kind of only go into it a couple of times a week, I'm not on it all the time, but I'm just going in and I'm just checking what they're posting, and they often have some really great articles just to kind of keep you abreast of what's happening in the business world and sort of make you think a little bit differently. So they might have an article on some top tips to support your business, a bit of learning and development to help you grow your business. They also have access to some webinars that you can join up if you want to go a bit more in depth with your learning. And really, I think the best bit for me about the platform is that everybody who is on there is really wanting to develop and grow their business and get support with doing that. So it's a really motivated bunch of people. So yeah, that's me. Come and say hi. Bye.
Well, can you imagine just a couple of weeks and we already have this kind of reviews? That's a plus, definitely. So let's continue. As Simon mentioned, this community was created by 10 more business coaches, and now we have within the community a really good bunch of really well business owners, and we have some pioneers that we call and ask them to join, have a look, think about the idea of the community, and they decided that was a really good place to be. So some of them are with us today. So let's start with our coach, James Gentle. He's your local coach in the West Harts area. So James, go ahead then.
Thank you very much. Cheers to everyone here, all the coaches, all our guests, and everyone for joining. At the real heart of this community is the forever free community membership. We've designed that deliberately to be accessible to everyone in business. And on it, we've got a wealth of features to really help you connect, collaborate, and grow with no limits. So firstly, one of the major things we do in this community is we encourage you to ask questions. This is quite a unique forum. The first way to do that is within the community chat. The simple way of describing this, it's a bit like a LinkedIn feed, but without an algorithm that limits your exposure. You can have really open chats in this community. Secondly, we've got the Coaches Corner. This is where you can ask our coaching team a question and get a genuine answer. And thirdly, you can chat amongst yourselves individually, directly with other individual members, because we recognize that some conversations are personal. It's also a great place to exchange referrals. Secondly, within the forum, you can take advantage of the combined knowledge and experience of the many coaches in this community and all the other experts. And you can do this, I'm just going to mention a couple of ways. Firstly, through a wealth of articles written by our coaching team to inspire, to challenge, and really help you. And we add stuff to that every single week. We've also a whole host of resources and templates that you can download and use immediately within your business. There's lots more, but before we get into that, let me introduce you to Paul Clegg. He's one of our pioneer members. He helps business owners integrate video into their marketing. And incidentally, he is a qualified drone pilot. So over to Paul, who's going to give us a few networking tips. Paul.
Thank you, James. Yes, I was asked to come on and talk about the power of networking on here because I have a sales and marketing background, at a corporate level, yet my first introduction to a networking event was in Newbury many, many years ago. I didn't particularly want to go, but I saw an opportunity to meet a whole group of people I could sell my products to. And when I walked into that meeting, there were 30 people there. Now, bearing in mind, as a sales and marketing guy, my role and my mindset was to get in front of people and sell my stuff. So suddenly I see 30 people. And of course, I think it's a manner, I think the whole thing's made in heaven. How wrong I was. And I guess a lot of people approach networking, whether they're real life events or whether they're online events, with maybe that mindset. I certainly have seen many people do that, and I can empathize with that. So I'm looking at 30 people, and on average, maybe 20% of them are more likely to want my product or stuff. That's 6 people out of the 30. And naturally, I want to work that room as fast as I can to find those 6. What I didn't know about, a guy I'd never heard about, was a guy called Robin Dunbar. Anybody else heard of Robin Dunbar? Well, he's a British anthropologist who suggests that the average human can maintain meaningful social relationships with approximately 150 people. So those 30 people had access to 4,500 people, but I didn't see it. All I could see were the people in the room. And most people don't see it. Now, 20% of 4,500 people, I've prepared it, is 900 people. So whilst I was trying to find the 6 that maybe at some time in the future might want to buy my stuff, there was access, if I could build the relationships, to 900 people most likely to want my product or service. Just didn't see it, I didn't get it. So that's really the premise of what I want to say to people today about the awesome power of networking if you do it right. So why should you take it seriously? Because of Robin Dunbar. That's why people should take it seriously. And they should take their networking, in my view, on purpose. In other words, have a strategy for it. And it's not about selling your stuff to everybody and anybody. Where should you network? And who should you network with? Well, where you should network is with everybody. I think we all need to know how to engage without an agenda, whether it's in a supermarket aisle, whether it's when we're meeting people in the street and we say hello to one another, how are you? It's about taking a genuine interest in other people, because you don't know who they know. I've got no idea who you guys know that could use video in their marketing. No idea. I've no idea how many people you know that could use some useful advice on marketing, which is my background. And you've no idea who I know that could help you in your business, because I don't even know what you want from your business and what challenges you're facing. I think that's the main point. I've only got 6 minutes, so I thought I'd give you some pointers that I've discovered over well over 20 years in networking. By the way, that event was a B&I event. I went on to become an assistant director in that region. I then got the opportunity to buy the Wiltshire and Somerset region. I've helped maybe over 1,000 business owners put a strategy together to get more business that's resulted in £1 million of the business. And that's given me a great deal of satisfaction. So these are the points I want to cover. First of all, be intentional with your networking. It's not about quantity. And I see so many people that are in this network and they're in that network and they go to every network and they're almost like butterflies. It's all superficial. But if you think you have 30 people that know 4,500 people, do you think it might be better to work on depth and on quality? And I think that's the case. So the first thing I would look for are people that share the same market space that I can relate to, that are looking at the same target audience that I have. If we think about influencers right now, influencers have big audiences. And if that audience fits in with the target that a particular company has, they're willing to pay that influencer to promote their product or service to that audience. That's what we want to be thinking of. So From a marketing point of view, I would want to connect with other marketing people, with more experience, with less experience, doesn't matter. Other marketing people, other videographers, copywriters, web designers, social media specialists, graphic designers, because we speak the same language. So they're the people that, if you're looking to fast track, they're the people that you should be looking to in your sphere of influence, people that are likely to be able to, first of all, recognize the language you speak and also have trusted access to the market that you want to get to. I'm currently helping somebody on a branding process, and that person was telling me that for 12 months I sat next to somebody. That person had a cleaning business. For 12 months they sat next to somebody and built the relationship, and 12 months later she was given an introduction to a bank that resulted in a £300,000 piece of business. So the second piece of advice I would give you is be patient. Be very patient, but make it clear who you want to get in front of, who's your target audience, because sometimes we don't know. We think everybody and anybody is your target audience. You need to think about who is that target audience, because you need to be able to educate that person as to who you'd like an introduction to and why, what value you bring, etc. I think the second thing is to seek authentic connections. Not everybody's going to be your client. Not everybody's going to be able to help you. But if you take a genuine interest in people and you actively listen to how you can help them and what's going on in their life and stay in touch, I think that will benefit. And that's the third area, staying in touch. Too few people bother after they've left a networking meeting, even a virtual networking, to actually reach out and say, hey, it was great to meet you. Thank you. They don't do it. Nobody follows up. I'm saying that generally, but most people don't follow up. They don't, whether they're just looking for the quick fix, I don't know. It's because most people don't. You should, because you will stand up by staying in touch without trying to sell something, but just staying in touch and continuing to stay in touch. Why? Because people's circumstances change. Their context change. And therefore you need a very good database system to make sure you stay in touch, a next action system. I use one CRM. It's a very simple system for most small businesses. It's not an autoresponder. It's very live. After I've met somebody, I tick it off and it insists that I say, what's my next step? I don't know, I normally get a sort of 2 minutes to go, but I'll try and wrap this up fairly quickly. Staying in touch. I think the other thing is to embrace collaboration. I think that's my favorite word at the moment. How can we collaborate? It's not just about two people collaborating, it's how a group of people can collaborate. In fact, I had a quote here somewhere, and I've lost it from my notes, which I haven't referred to at all.
Paul, why don't you post that quote in the community?
When I find it, I will do. And
that would be that would be fantastic.
So that's really what I really wanted to say. So remember, developing a strong network takes time and effort. You must be willing to give back to your effort. And what I like about No Limits is the fact that I can see collaboration taking place. I can see the network building. I can see engagement taking place. And I think that is going to be success. So the final thing is, remember to stay in touch and to explore further. When you meet somebody at a networking event, you should be leaving your agenda outside the door and focusing on how you can help that person. How can I help you? And a lot of that takes place after the networking event. Everybody thinks networking is the solution. It's only the start of building a relationship, and business is all about relationships. So I hope you found that helpful. I'm going to hand back to, I don't know, James or whoever.
Thank you very much indeed. That was really good. Some great tips for everyone there, and some timely reminders of what networking is really all about. Other stuff within the free community membership is events. So we host regular events within this community. One of those events is Munch and Learn, where we invite a subject matter, like Paul, for example, to be interviewed by one of our coaches. Now, these are live sessions. We run them every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So you can join us with your coffee and breakfast, and then they're available for you to watch on demand. Obviously, the advantage of being live is you get to ask questions. So here's just a highlight from a recent session. Sam, and I believe you've got a little clip here for us.
Hi, my name is Al Tepper and I run TepFu. We are a specialist marketing strategy and coaching agency, and we turn business leaders into marketing leaders. I just want to talk about the No Limits community. I thoroughly recommend it to other business owners. Every time I drop in there, I find something of value. I have been grateful to connect and collaborate, to converse, and to swap notes with lots of people in there, and it really is a fascinating space. Thoroughly recommended, and I look forward to seeing you in there.
Excellent. So within our events, we also highlight live and in-person events that are happening within the community to benefit members like you. So if you've got a great event coming up, then let our community membership person, Karen, know. The other thing you've got here within the community is you have access to a free behavioral profiling tool. It's called DISC, but if you want your communications to be even more effective, then certainly do check that out. And finally, I've not covered absolutely everything here with a reward scheme. You can personally save money and get cash back from loads of local and national partners. But not only that, as a business, you can become a local partner for free and put your offer onto the ActionCOACH Rewards community with a reach that is currently way beyond this platform. And I've got with us here today, I've got Neil, who's just going to give us a little bit more about the whole reward scheme. Neil, do you want to come off mute and join us?
Indeed. Thank you, James. Yes. Yes, everyone. Exactly as James summarised things very, very well there. It is an opportunity, and there's a number of aspects to the rewards platform. But the one I want to focus on today more than anything is for all of you is, as James alluded to, you can promote your business completely free. Doesn't cost anything at all. You know, that the only feedback I ever get on that is there must be a catch. There is no catch, guys. It's completely free to promote your business regionally or nationwide. Obviously, it's entirely up to you as to whether your business needs the spread of nationwide, but it's certainly a regional and nationwide platform, and will reach thousands and thousands of people who will see your business. You will be alongside household names. The platform encompasses everything. You know, you'll see names on there, eBay and Marks and Spencers and all the big boys. They're all on the same platform, and you can promote your business alongside all of those big names. Doesn't cost anything. What we do encourage is that you give some sort of promotion so that other members of the community will use your business. It entices them to use your business. It brings people together. And one thing I must say is, as well, the ActionCOACH Rewards platform is fully supported by a mobile application, but there are also many, many variations of the ActionCOACH Rewards platform, which will also, you will also be promoted across and get incredible exposure nationwide. It's very, very simple to sign up. What I will do after today's meeting is I will post a link in the community, which is a very, very simple link to a form that allows you to fill in, click submit, and your business will go on the platform literally on the same day, possibly tomorrow. Got a very busy day ahead of us, but certainly within 24 hours, your business will be promoted across the ActionCOACH platform to tens of thousands of people. That number will grow as this year goes on. By the end of this year, your business will be seen by over 2 million people. And it really, as part of the ActionCOACH community, No Limits, it will cost you nothing whatsoever to promote your business. I don't like to use the word, but it's a complete no-brainer for you guys. Get your businesses on there. It's a service that ActionCOACH are offering to you. You really have nothing to lose and only things to gain from promoting your business across the platform. So as I say, it's fully supported by a mobile application as well, which is downloadable from either store. And yeah, it's a great place for your business to be seen by tens of thousands of people instantly. Thanks, James.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Neil, for joining us and explaining that to us. If anyone's
And
got any
James, can I just come back in there and say, if anybody wants more information, they've only got to ask, and obviously we can provide them with whatever they want. You know, it's always very daunting when something's offered for free, because people think there must be, I'm going to get tripped up in some way here. You're absolutely not, but I'll be delighted to give anybody.
Yeah, Neil's on the community, so feel free to ask him any questions. In the same way, the community is there for questions, so ask away. But without further ado, thank you to Paul and Neil. I'm going to pass on to my fellow coach, Nick.
Hi, good morning, everybody, and great to be part of this launch at long last, going public. Part of what we're trying to do today is introduce some of the key people that help us get this community off the ground. And I'm going to have the pleasure of talking to a couple of silver pioneers who've been with us for a little while, since the beginning. The first of these is Suzanne King from SMQ Legal. Good morning, Suzanne.
Good morning, Nick, and good morning, Action Coach. Congratulations on the launch today.
Thank you. What I'd like to do in the next 4 or 5 minutes, Suzanne, is just find out a little bit about yourself, and then talk a little bit about your company and what you're hoping to get out of the community. So if we can go through a little bit of a brief introduction about yourself. How did the girl from deepest, darkest Wales end up in running a firm of solicitors or lawyers around the Oxfordshire area and beyond?
I'm glad you started off by saying it wasn't the Valley, so we can let that pass. Yeah, I'm Suzanne. So I'm a solicitor, a solicitor advocate, and I started life as a barrister in London, and that's where I trained and developed my craft. And then I moved down to Oxfordshire about 8 years ago, where I started SMQ Legal. So having practiced in London, it was quite grueling, it was pressurized, and I really wanted to start a business that really refocused on client care. And we like to think that we achieve that by always offering a free 20-minute consultation to our clients. So we've expanded our team over the years. We practice in various areas of law, including conveyancing, civil litigation, both commercial and sort of employment and personal injury. We do family law, both private and children law under legal aid. And we offer wills and probate services. And we also, for those of you who do need a criminal defence solicitor, usually if you get into trouble with motoring, we cover that as well. So we've really branched out, and I think what I'm keen to do with Action Coach is really just redevelop myself as a business owner and learn about marketing. And I think it was David actually, when you first launched, sent me a text. I was away on holiday when we were sort of trialing, that we'd already received a sort of an inquiry for a possible client by Action Coach. And that's something I hadn't even thought about, is that we potentially will even get our own business via Action Coach, not just developing myself, but actually attract work this way. So I'm so keen to be part of Action Coach and see how we can develop our strategies and our business and our marketing with you, Nick, and with David and other coaches to see how we can expand as a business and also give back.
Excellent. Well, I think I could be wrong saying when they come to write the history of No Limits, I think you were the first person to get a referral. I believe on the system. So that's great. So tell me a little bit about more from your team, because I know you've amalgamated quite a diverse team. We haven't time won't allow us to go and find detail, but you have brought up basically other smaller solicitor teams into one organisation. That must be a challenge. Just do you think the coaching and education on here can help with that?
Absolutely, and I've sort of already mentioned a few issues that I'm quite keen to work on with yourselves. So yes, so we obviously, I think like a lot of industries out there, we're struggling with resources and staffing and getting good sort of people along to really promote the SMQ culture. So what we've done instead is we've brought out existing law firms. So we've brought existing cultures and staff members to come along and work along SMQ. And so that sort of acquisition process and working with the existing teams rather than going in with it sort of a bull and china shop approach to how we're going to sort of mentor them to come across to the SMQ ways is something that we're super keen to get your assistance with. So for instance, you know, I've got a couple of teams up in Burton-on-Trent who are all sort of working still on paper on files, and we're very much trying to get all our files electronic, and we use, you know, very good sort of case management software. So that's one challenge. And also different parts of the country, right? So Burton-on-Trent has a very unique, I think, culture and development up there. We have teams in Luton and Bedford. And we're sort of also, exploring options such as moving them into service offices away from what they've known for the past 10 years. So all of these sort of challenges, alongside our existing team here in Oxford, that's our main hub and our main team. And I've got quite young managers, because I think lawyers are notorious for knowing that we're good at our craft and we love our law, but we're not necessarily the best business owners. So, I know for myself, I'm still developing as a manager all the time, but I've got sort of managerial teams as we've expanded our teams, where I think those solicitors would really benefit from Action Coach to spend time with you and learn about how to be a manager.
Excellent. Well, that's fantastic, and also it's the opportunity for them to get them onto the community as well, which might be a softer way into networking, because not all people in professional services like lawyers are necessarily the most natural networkers. So, any final thoughts? Have you had any advice? We heard from Paul about networking skills a bit earlier. Any thoughts for sort of other members that might be how to make the most out of a networking community like this, more from the community point of view?
I think, and I'm still a work in progress, I'll admit that. I think you've got to get yourself on the app, and I think you've got to get your profile out there, because like I said, I never thought that I'd actually get business this way. I thought it would be all about developing me in the team. So if you get yourself out there and you really develop your profile and you work with and you like the comments by all of the fantastic members like Karen and everyone else, then you're going to get business this way as well. So it's not just a tool to work on yourself and your business, but you're also going to get business this way. And I think that's one of my takeaways from Action Coach already.
Okay, thank you very much, Suzanne. That's been great to hear your views on this. I would love to say, so if anybody needs to contact Suzanne for legal advice, you have full range of services. Please do so through the app. I'll also say one other thing. I've seen a lot of presentations, and a few weeks ago I sat in a presentation that Suzanne did in her experience working on Grenfell. Today's not the time to go into that, but honestly, it was the most jaw-dropping presentation I've heard from anybody for a very long time. So she's worked on some incredible projects as well. So thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be on that case.
Colleagues on the NoLimits site. Right, thank you. I'm going to now move on to Lisa. Lisa Collins. Can you hear me okay, Lisa?
I can hear you. Thanks for having me today, Nick.
Brilliant, and thank you for being on going to come on to this, because you are another of our Silver Pioneers, earliest members. I'm particularly interested with you, Lisa, because a couple of things that are coming about to talk about with your company, Dovetail Creative, and your own expertise. But before we talk about Dovetail, just tell us a little bit about your background before you sort of launched Dovetail, so people get a sense of who you are.
Yeah, so obviously I'm Lisa. I'm based in Oxfordshire, and I've got just over 25 years. I know I don't look old enough, but just over 25 years experience working within membership and not-for-profit organisations. And I guess you could probably say I get really excited about bringing like-minded groups of people together. I sit on various boards for Trade Association Forum. I talk about membership at events and about how to engage your members. I just love bringing groups of people together.
Excellent. Now, just coming up to the exciting news is that Dovetail Creative is coming up to its first birthday. So I've saved a little bit of champagne. Early happy birthday, Lisa. And so you moved into doing things with your own company, just come out to 12 months ago. So tell me a little bit about that. Why did you decide to make the move into running your own business?
Yeah, I guess I'd always had this ambition, and I am ambitious and career driven to have my own business. Having worked within corporate line for over 25 years, I wanted to expand. I wanted a bit more variety in my life, and it was that natural step to set up on my own. As you say, we set up over 12 months ago now, with the ambition really to work with naturally membership organisations to ensure that their members were getting the most out of their member benefit, but also working with other corporate organisations. Corporates are changing their own business models to become more membership driven. Software as a service is one of those examples, but really working with them to build those customer forums, customer user groups, and using the experience from the membership model to help those grow. So that's what we're doing.
Excellent. And you've had a very successful, because I've been fortunate enough to be working with you since probably about July, August last year. Had a very successful first 10, 12 months. Tell how sort of the coaching approach and has worked for you or not worked for you if there's been any issues, and also how you might want to get sort of more out of this wider sort of membership base that we've got with the community setting up here.
Yeah, I think Dovetail's still a startup business. I had no idea what to expect when I launched. And Nick found me, not the other way around. And I'm so pleased that he did. I think during the first year, there's been that mindset of going from corporate into my own business. And that was a challenge. And, you know, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I won't say it's been easy. But Nick's always been there, either with WhatsApp or on our coaching sessions. There have been times where there's been some serious fog and I wasn't quite sure which way to turn. And having somebody there to help me with that has been really, really great. Nick says, yes, I've had a successful, profitable year, but I've certainly had things to learn along the way. Coming from corporate, where it was just done naturally, to having my own thinking about my own sales pipeline, my own systems. I couldn't be where I am, honestly, without the coaching that I've received from ActionCOACH.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you, Lisa, and I know the future's very bright indeed. So just as we to wrap up, I'd just be interested in your thoughts as somebody who spent a working career in the membership arena. What advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about joining this community, who has joined but not quite clear how to get the most out of it? Give a couple of tips to wrap up with for somebody who's not as experienced as you in this area.
I've always said over the last 25 years, you get out of a membership what you put into it.
Yeah.
So you've got to do some of the hard work as well. It isn't just going to come to you naturally. Think about your profile. That really sells you. Think about the platform as well as that in-person networking event that Paul was talking about earlier. Really work the platform, meet other people, go and say hello. That, you know, you're not in a great big room with lots of people here. It's a one-on-one environment, really. So don't be afraid to say hello. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And don't be afraid to talk to people and promote yourself. Definitely promote yourself.
Excellent. Well, Lisa, thanks very much for your time this morning, and happy birthday, Dovetail. And if anybody has interest in marketing generally, and particularly in the sphere of membership marketing, then Lisa's on the platform and a great person to talk to and get advice and maybe do business with. So James, I think that is, thank you, Lisa. I think James wraps up my sessions with Lisa and Suzanne. So do I hand back to you, James?
I believe
no, actually back to me.
I got that one wrong. I'm going to hand it to you then, Karen. Sorry.
Sure. Thank you, Lisa, Suzanne, Paul. Thank you so much. I just want to remind everyone who is watching, which is in this live and will be watching the replay, that all of these, everyone who is here is part of the community already, and the coaches and the speakers are available for you. Anytime you have any questions, you can just send in a private message and they will be there for you. Another thing I wanted to tell everyone who is attending this session, this call, we have a prize for you guys. So just send a message through the chat box, and at the end you will see what is the prize that you have won just for being here, part of the community and part of the today launching session. So now let's jump into another review. Another person who has been with us already, and this person, he joined a few weeks ago. Yeah, a few weeks ago, and he already has some referrals, and he already closed a deal. He just mentioned last week. So let's play Salmon.
Hi, I'm here to give a quick review of the ActionCOACH NoLimits community. I've been a member for about 4 weeks or so, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I've met people that I have struck up business relationships with. I've been introduced to leads and opportunities via the portal or via the community. And also my business has needed some very specific introductions to help us support us in some of the stuff that we're doing. And I was able to ask the question publicly on the community, and a few people were able to tag other members of the community who could help me and help my business. So I'd recommend it to everyone. Absolutely amazing. Obviously it's free at kind of the entry level. And yeah, I would recommend it to anyone. If you're a business owner, if you're looking to start a business, if you're looking to be introduced to people, build connections, build relationships, and ultimately meet like-minded people who can support each other, then I would absolutely advocate joining the No Limits community. Been fantastic. Can't wait to see what it does for me in the next year or so. As I say, the last 4 weeks have been a really, really great start.
Well, that's the power of the community in action. And you believe we around 400 members, and we already have this kind of reviews, and we are growing daily. So our aim is to have these reviews pretty much every day from different people all around the country, I would say. So let me introduce you to our next coach, Jeremy Grankler. He covers the St. Albans area. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Thank you, Karen. Yes, and so a couple of things that I want to talk about to help you guys. And the first is, obviously we're all coming on this platform and we're using it and we're getting used to it. But I just want to give you the perspective from a coach of what we want to do for our community. And our community, you know, the whole point is to be abundant and provide, as Simon said earlier on, free forever information around helping and guiding and educating and supporting business owners just like you to the next level. And whatever the level is, because there are no limits. And that's the whole point. You see all these people going through, and some are successful, but most aren't. And that's because they don't reach out and get support. And that's what we're doing all around us in supporting you. So perspective from a coach is really getting the best out of you. The definition of a coach is really around to take you somewhere that you want to go, either faster than you would do on your own, or you're unable to get there. And that's us. We're catalysts. It's nothing about us. It's all about you and taking you from where you are to where you want to be. And that, from a coach's perspective, is the most magical thing in the world. Seeing people literally grow in their business as themselves, as managers, leaders, and employing more people, generating more economy within their community. It's just fabulous to see. So it's never about us, it's always about you. Of course, we have some guidance. We've all got, crikey, hundreds of years experiences with the coaches, I'm sure, in the room, but experience is a business. And understanding of taking and just making the person you're with shine the brightest. But sometimes there are, dark moments too, and we have to be supportive. We have to be able to take you to where you can at that point. Doesn't mean we can't expand, we just graduate each level. Some people go a little bit quicker at some stuff like marketing or sales, other people go really fast at HR or operations or administration. We're there to make sure you get to where you want to be. There's no agenda. We talked about agendas before. We have no agenda apart from getting you to where you want to be. And in supporting that, I just wanted to cover off a few things. I've got some sales tips first of all. Because fundamentally, we're all here. Business isn't business unless you have customers. To get customers, you need to have sales. We've touched already on the marketing of getting people to raise their hand and say, oh, I'm interested. So once they're interested, what can we do? And I've got 3 areas I just want to talk about. Some have already been touched on in different ways. And the first thing, to get the best from a sales perspective, you have to be empathetic. You have to understand, not sympathetic. And spent many years in sales. And sympathy gives discount, empathy gets a client. So when we think about that, the empathy is that you genuinely understand and can relate to what that person has gone through, is going through, or about to go through. So being really empathetic, and the great way to do that is asking great questions. What are the questions you would want to understand? The second element is really around having a genuine desire to help that person. I believe every business owner starts a business because they want to help people, because what they've got is really good. I don't think anyone sets up a business, maybe Ryanair, but apart from that, nobody sets up a business that isn't actually brilliant. So with that in mind, you have to discuss, generate, be excited about your genuineness about helping people. And then the third area, which Paul touched on before, which is persistence. Persistence, persistence, persistence. It beats resistance. So we've got to follow up. We've got to keep on track. And it's really simple. Great salespeople just do what they're supposed to do. And if you're sat there thinking, well, I'm a business owner and I don't, I'm not really a salesperson. Well, you are. You have to sell your business. You're always a salesperson. So I just wanted to take those 3 levels through, and to support you with that, of course, we've got the Free Forever package. We've got the Free Forever. In addition to that, we have additional levels. And the first level that we have over and above free is our bronze level. Now, what's really important about this level is that we've started to educate ourselves, and now we want to put it into some sort of structure. So within this level, you get not only live sessions with a coach, so you can start asking questions. There's a weekly 30 minutes. But you can also start planning your business. Every 5 minutes spent planning usually saves an hour of action. So we have a 90-day business planning session. And to support that even further, you get Action Plan, which is a business planning software package. So you can actually create a full business plan for up to 5 years. It's fantastic. And of course, having the 90-day sessions gives you some accountability to actually achieve your goals. Of course, we want to strive for it, but accountability makes the difference. Self-discipline, brilliant, but having that additional accountability really makes a change as well. So we've got that in bronze. The next level up, of course, is then silver. This is where we have additional on-demand videos and training resources. We talked about DISC earlier on. There's a more complete DISC, as an a further sort of 50-page report that you can get. There's also, supporting your knowledge, a book of the month, which is audio or physically, to help with your education, your self-education. And of course, all around that, we're building businesses. And if we build a business, we want to create an asset which is worth as much as possible. So we actually have in there a value builder system too, which genuinely takes you through and understand how to build the blocks so you are able to sell the business or create the most value of your business as we go through. And fundamentally, membership is all about being part of a team, and we even give away the BizX conference tickets for the social element, which is an annual event where thousands of business owners come together to learn and celebrate and gain awards recognition within their industry. And of course, finally, in the silver area, we also have an extended group coaching session too, 2 hours every single month that we have open coaching, so you can actually ask questions that are real to you and you can learn from others' questions too. So hopefully that's summarized our viewpoint, a few sales tips, and also the next levels up. Thank you very much. I'll hand back now.
As a business owner, you're always looking for ways to take your business to the next level, I'm sure. And that's why we've created our No Limits bronze level membership portal. We know running a business can be tough, but with our bronze level membership, you have access to everything you need to succeed and more. A vibrant community chat, expert articles, ebooks, templates, virtual events, and exclusive discounts and cashbacks. But that's just the beginning. As a bronze level member, you have access to premium chats where you can connect with other business owners who are serious about growing their business. Weekly live sessions with a coach, monthly group coaching sessions with a coach, and you'll have the opportunity to participate in our 90-day planning event, which happens online. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, then join our No Limits bronze level membership today. Don't wait. Connect, collaborate, and grow with No Limits.
We have a really good overview of everything that is included in the free level, the community level, where you have all the speakers that you have seen. They are available in the community for you. We also have an overview of the upgrade bronze level. We can also have the option to, you have the option to upgrade even more to the silver level.
As a business owner, you're always looking for ways to grow and improve your business, but sometimes it can be really tough to know where to turn to for guidance and support. And that's where ActionCOACH NoLimits comes in. Our silver membership program is designed to take you and your business to the next level by providing you with a huge range of resources and support, all delivered online. As a silver member, you'll have access to online events, cashback rewards, our 90-day business planning event, weekly Q&A sessions with a business coach, and accountability. So join today and connect, collaborate, and grow with No Limits.
Well, as I mentioned before, everyone who has attended this event has access to a prize, okay? And the prize is 2 months of free bronze, yes. So just send me a test in the chat box, and I will get your dates. I will get your data, and we'll have a chat in the portal. So we'll discuss when you want to start with the upgrade. So now let's welcome David Rivers. He is going to talk about our portal, because a community nowadays needs to be on hand. So David, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Karen. So yes, we've heard an awful lot about what great stuff is going on in the community, and the portal is where it all comes together. So I'm just going to jump into the desktop version to start with, and I'll give you an overview of how the portal works, where to find things, and where to contribute. So when you go into the portal, when you log in for the first time, you'll probably be greeted with the discovery page, which is a high-level overview of all of the sort of relevant stuff going on around the different parts of the portal. But there are a few areas that are worthy of just picking out. So across the top, on the left-hand side, there's a blue button, and that allows you to go in to get, again, a bit of an overview of the portal. But the most important part is the blue invite button. Click that, and it pops up with a link that you can copy, and you can chuck it in a WhatsApp message, you can put it on your website, you can put it in a LinkedIn message, and that then you can send to invite other contacts, other business owners that you come into contact with, to come and join the portal. And because it's a unique link to you, that person, when they join, will then be a referral from yourself. You can also email direct from the system here, so you can drop in email addresses and send them a message, or even import a list of contacts from a CSV file. That's also available on the right-hand side, a little person with a plus, and that's a quick link to that link as well. And then across to the right-hand side of there is the chat box. So we mentioned earlier, you can chat directly with individuals. So this will pop up with all of the chats that you've been having. A little bell icon, which will pop up when there's a new post with the latest activity. And then once you've set your profile picture up, it'll pop up with your profile picture, which is where you can go in to set up your notifications, the different parts of your profile that you want to set up in the way you want to have it, letting you know when new things are posted. So that's a couple of really important points across the top. Down on the left-hand side, we've got a load more menu options. So under discovery is feed. Feed is all of the latest activity. So Suzanne already in there with a post and some comments. This is a great place to go just to see everything that's been posted and commented on the feed over the last few days and things. Next, you have general events. So this will let you see what events are coming up. So upcoming events. It also lets you see the past events, so you can catch up on any events that you've missed. You can also go straight to a date. So if you want to just click on the calendar, you can just go straight to a date to see what events are on, and click on the event itself. You can chuck it straight into your calendar by adding it to the calendar, so you don't miss it and don't forget it. And the Zoom links or everything are in there as well. Come down to the general bits. So community rules. Just a bit of information around the rules of engagement, and then promote your business. This is a great place to be able to share what it is that you do, how your business works, what type of introductions you're looking for, and get in there. Really just let us know what it is that you do, and share how your business works. Under there, you've got Ask the Coach. So this is a space where you can ask questions direct of the coaching community, and pick up some tips and hints along the way. So feel free to go in and ask questions of the coaches and the community in there. Next button is navigation tips, just to give you an overview of how to work the portal. So some videos in the portal for navigation. And then we come to the freemium level. So everybody has access to this. You've got the community chat, which is where we can engage in conversations, the freemium events, articles. So we've got lots of content going into the articles on a weekly basis. So you can pull out bits of information from there, but also book reviews, reviews on the latest books that we're all reading. This is where the DISC profile, behavioral profiling tool is, ebooks, free templates, the rewards page, and partners offers. So affiliate links to partners we're working with to give you access to systems for trial bases and discounts. So there's absolutely tons of stuff in the freemium level. Once you move up to the bronze, you then get access to a private bronze chat. There's bigger planning, the action plan planning software, the coaching sessions, the 90-day planning sessions, and the accountability. And then move up to the silver level is where you get access to everything from the bronze, premium, and the silver elements as well. So this is where it's all being held. And then, of course, when we come to it, we'll be setting up the gold and the silver and the platinum memberships when that time comes. So that's pretty much where everything is. That's pretty much where everything works on the desktop. But we do also have a mobile app. So let me just change share. And should be able to see the mobile phone. So we have the portal is in the Mighty app. So you can download it from the App Store. Once you download it, it allows you to go into the same content, but just in a slightly different layout. So again, the feed is what comes up on the screen straight away, which allows you to interact direct from the mobile. And then the little blue icon on the bottom left-hand side, if you click that, that brings up the same menu on the left-hand side of the desktop. And then across the bottom are your chat options, search, notifications, and your profile settings. So I'd highly recommend you download both the desktop and the mobile app to get the most out of the platform and the most out of the community. So there you go. Loads and loads and loads of stuff going on in the portal. So get yourself in there, have a play with it, try and break it, and see how you can get the most out of it. Thank you very much.
Very good, excellent. Thank you ever so much for joining everybody. There is a ton of information there. So we have taken the opportunity to record this and we'll post a link to it on the portal. So if you want to check back on anything in particular, you can absolutely do that. If you want to make direct contact with anybody you've heard from this morning, you can do that in community chat, but you can also do that in a private chat. So just an interesting statistic, I love data, 47% of the members in the community are chatting privately on a regular basis. So Lisa and Suzanne might be having a private chat. We can't see that. You could be talking about all sorts of things, not just how fabulous this webinar was this morning. And of course, that's a great way to get to know people. So I think one of the videos there, Seb, that came up was talking about a lead that he got from a post that he made in a chat. So he made a public post, and then somebody contacted him directly with information that led to him making a sale as a result of it. So if you want to talk to Neil about rewards, or Paul about marketing, or Suzanne about legal, or Lisa about membership, then obviously you know exactly where to go. I kind of feel like, and I know Karen certainly feels like, this has been a 6 or 7 weeks worth of really intense work to get it to this point. We are over 400 members as of this morning, 407 I think. The target was 500, so I missed that just slightly, but we are well on the way. 5,000 members by the end of the year is the target. So we need you all, if you're on the webinar today, we need you all to be talking to as many people as you can about the great content that you see in the platform. It's really easy, isn't it, to just log into something, take a quick cursory look and disappear and never go back. You see that a lot. There's so much great content in the portal itself. You must take the time to go and have a look through and see. That business articles section alone has got probably 70 or 80 articles in it now on everything you can think about from a business point of view. So if you did nothing else, spend some time cruising through there. There's some videos that are coming out for release in the next couple of weeks again, which you'll gain lots and lots of benefit from. So thank you all for joining us this morning. If you're a guest, fantastic to have you on board. If you're a pioneer, fantastic to have you on board. Thanks to all the coaches. I think this has got to be a world record. We have actually finished bang on 1 hour. So there you go. We didn't take up too much of your time either. So have a great Monday. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you on No Limits. Take care.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Let's close with a short overview of the next year vision.